If you're over 60 and feeling like your legs are weaker or your steps less stable, you're not alone. Many seniors report that simple movements, like getting up from a chair, walking across a room, or catching their balance, just don't feel the same anymore. But here's what most people don't realize. This isn't just getting older. What you're experiencing often comes from specific muscles and reflexes that have gone quiet. These include the small stabilizers in your hips, your foot positioning reflexes, and your postural control system. The good news? These systems can be reawakened and retrained in just a few minutes a day with the right approach. In this video, you'll learn 3 simple movements that target the real reasons your balance is fading. No equipment, no gym, and absolutely no pills. These are movements anyone can do, even with limited mobility or joint issues, from the safety and comfort of home. We're going to start with a walking move that activates the front of your shins and your reflexes to prevent trips. Then we'll challenge your brain and coordination with a precise stepping pattern that rewires your balance system. And finally, a seated strengthening move that fires up your hips to stabilize your lower body from the inside out. These aren't just random exercises. They're intentionally chosen to address the exact causes of balance loss after 60. And the best part is, you'll feel a difference fast if you do them consistently. So if you've been frustrated, worried, or unsure where to start, take a deep breath. You're in the right place. Let's rebuild your confidence, one simple step at a time. Why does balance feel like it disappears so quickly after 60? It's not random, and it's not just aging. What really happens is that certain systems in your body lose regular stimulation. For example, the dorsiflexors in your lower legs, the muscles that lift your toes, weaken with disuse. Your hip flexors, which help you step and stabilize mid-walk, become sluggish. And perhaps most critically, your nervous system, especially the parts that help coordinate your limbs and posture, starts to down-regulate when not challenged regularly. This creates a perfect storm: slower reaction times, weaker support muscles, and a less reliable sense of where your body is in space. That's why you might feel like you're walking heavier, or why you're more hesitant on stairs or uneven ground. But there's incredibly hopeful news. Your body retains the ability to adapt at any age. This process is called neuroplasticity, and it simply means your brain and body can rewire themselves through repetition and stimulus. That's exactly what these 3 exercises are designed to do. Heel walks reawaken your dorsiflexors and foot awareness, crucial for preventing trips and improving the lightness in your walk. Tandem walking, especially when done backward, challenges your spatial awareness and postural reflexes. This is not just physical, it's also neurological training. And resisted hip flexion in sitting activates deep stabilizers of the pelvis, giving you more strength and control when standing up, walking, or shifting direction. Each movement connects with a key part of your balance system, and together, they work as a fast-acting circuit to rebuild confidence and stability. Ready to begin? Let's go step by step. Let's begin with a deceptively simple but highly effective exercise: heel walks. This move targets the muscles at the front of your lower leg, specifically the tibialis anterior, which plays a vital role in preventing trips and helping you lift your foot correctly while walking. Here's how to do it. Start by standing tall, with your feet about hip-width apart. Raise your toes up so that they're off the ground, while keeping your heels in contact with the floor. Begin to walk forward on your heels, keeping your toes lifted throughout the entire movement. Let your arms swing naturally, just as you would in a normal walking pattern. This helps improve coordination and mimics real-life movement. Tips for success: go slowly and deliberately. Don't rush. It's about control, not speed. Keep your back straight and shoulders relaxed as you walk. You can walk along a hallway or near a wall for extra security, or even have a sturdy chair nearby just in case. If you feel unsteady, do this in short distances, like 5 to 6 steps, rest, and repeat. Why it works: many seniors experience drop foot tendencies, when the toes don't lift fully and catch on rugs, curbs, or stairs. Heel walking directly strengthens the muscles that lift your foot and gives you more foot clearance while walking. It also reactivates your proprioception, the body's sense of position and movement. With each step, your brain learns to detect and correct for slight imbalances, leading to better overall stability. Modifications. If walking is too much at first, try simply lifting and lowering your toes while seated or standing in place. If pain occurs in the shin area, shorten your range or take longer rest breaks between sets. Progressions. As you gain strength, try walking on your heels for longer distances or add a soft surface like a carpet to further challenge your balance system. This exercise alone, practiced consistently, can dramatically reduce the risk of stumbling. And paired with the next movements, it becomes a powerful tool for restoring confidence in your every step. Now let's move on to an exercise that builds total body coordination and advanced balance control. Tandem walking, also known as tightrope walking. This version adds a twist. It's performed backwards, engaging your brain and body in a powerful way to enhance both reflexes and postural stability. How to perform it? Start by standing upright in a space free of clutter. Visualize or place a straight line on the floor, like a strip of tape. Position your feet so that one heel touches the toes of the other, like you're walking a tightrope. Begin to walk backwards, placing one foot directly behind the other with each step. Focus your eyes forward, not at your feet. Use a point of reference on the wall to help with orientation. Keep your core gently engaged, shoulders back, and posture upright. If needed, you can practice near a wall or counter for light fingertip support. Over time, work toward performing this move without holding on. Why it works. Backward tandem walking is extremely effective for stimulating neural pathways responsible for balance, especially when moving in unfamiliar directions. It forces your brain to rely more on sensory feedback from your feet, muscle memory, and inner ear balance reflexes rather than just vision. It's also fantastic for training the small stabilizer muscles around the hips, knees, and ankles, all of which work overtime to keep you aligned as you shift weight from one leg to the other in a narrow stance. Tips for safety and success. Start slow. Even 3 to 4 careful steps at a time are effective. If you feel wobbly, pause after each step to regain your balance. Avoid shuffling your feet. Aim for deliberate heel-to-toe placement with each movement. Keep the knees soft, not locked, to absorb slight wobbles. Adaptations. If backward movement feels intimidating, practice the same technique walking forward until your confidence builds. For those with visual challenges, placing a tactile surface, like a yoga mat edge or painter's tape, can help guide your feet. Bonus benefits. Tandem walking is often used in neurological rehab programs because of its ability to train balance, concentration, and coordination simultaneously. Done consistently, it improves reaction time and reduces your risk of falls, especially in tight or unexpected spaces like stairs or narrow hallways. By adding this to your routine, you're not just improving balance, you're training your body to stay sharp and steady in motion, no matter the direction. Let's now bring balance and stability into a more accessible position. Seated. This exercise targets a frequently overlooked area, your hip flexors. These muscles play a major role in lifting your legs, maintaining stability while walking, and even helping you avoid tripping. Exercise. Resisted hip flexion in sitting. Sit up tall in a firm chair with your back straight and feet flat on the floor. Wrap a resistance band around your lower thighs, just above the knees. Make sure the band has some tension when your legs are together. Engage your abdominal muscles gently to support your posture. While keeping your upper body still and your foot flat, lift one knee upward as if marching. Control the movement as you slowly lower your foot back to the ground. Repeat several times, then switch legs. This motion should be slow and controlled, focusing on quality over quantity. Avoid rocking back or leaning. Your core and hip muscles should be doing the work. Why it works. This movement strengthens the hip flexor group, particularly the iliopsoas and rectus femoris, essential for walking, standing from a chair, or stepping up onto a curb. Weakness here is common in older adults and contributes to instability, especially during transitional movements. Adding resistance activates not only the working leg, but also your core and stabilizers on the opposite side. This builds symmetry and coordination, crucial for maintaining balance in motion. Helpful tips. If you don't have a band, you can do this without resistance at first to practice form. Breathe out as you lift the leg and avoid holding your breath. You should feel the effort at the front of your hip, not in your back. If you feel strain, adjust your posture. Progressions and modifications. As you grow stronger, increase the tension on the resistance band or add a small ankle weight. Try alternating legs without pausing to mimic a seated march. This adds a coordination challenge. To increase core engagement, perform the exercise with your arms crossed over your chest. Real-life relevance. Strong hip flexors help you lift your foot quickly when walking, crucial for preventing trips. They're also involved every time you climb stairs, stand up, or even turn while walking. Training them in a controlled seated position builds the strength needed for standing and walking, especially for those working their way up from limited mobility. By performing this seated drill, you're reactivating a chain of muscles that make daily life easier and safer, without standing up or needing any special equipment. By now, you've learned 3 powerful exercises, 2 standing and 1 seated, that can make a real difference in how your body moves and feels. But it's completely natural to have questions at this point. So let's walk through the most common ones and give you a clear next step. How often should I do these exercises? Start with 3 to 4 days a week, especially if you're just beginning. Focus on slow, controlled movements and prioritize good form over repetition. As your confidence grows, you can safely increase frequency to daily practice. What if I can't do all the movements perfectly? That's absolutely okay. In fact, that's expected. These exercises are meant to retrain systems that may have been dormant for years. Give your body time. Even if you can only do a few reps or partial movements, you're waking up key muscles and coordination pathways. Progress happens quietly at first, then all at once. I feel a little wobbly. Is that normal? Yes. Feeling slightly unstable, especially during the standing balance drills, means your body is activating reflexes that need re-engagement. Always stay close to a sturdy support like a countertop or chair. Never push through sharp pain or dizziness, and take breaks if needed. The goal isn't perfection, it's progression. Can these replace physical therapy? If you're in a structured physical therapy program, continue following your provider's instructions. But if you've finished therapy or just want to maintain and improve your balance and strength at home, these exercises are a perfect complement. They're science-backed, low-impact, and designed for your age group. Let's imagine where you'll be in a few weeks. Picture yourself walking more confidently, getting out of a chair without hesitation, feeling grounded, stronger, more stable in your body. That starts with just a few minutes a day. You are not powerless. Your body still responds to movement, adaptation, and consistency. So here's what to do next. Comment below and tell us, which of the 3 exercises felt most effective for you today? Your feedback helps others in the community and helps us shape future videos. Share this video with a friend, parent, or loved one who might be feeling weaker or more unsteady lately. You might change their life. Subscribe to Senior Vitality Hub. We're building a library of simple, effective, senior-friendly routines for balance, leg strength, mobility, and independence. And you don't want to miss what's coming next. You're not done. You're just getting started. Stay steady, stay strong, and we'll see you in the next video.